Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to Steins Gate. It's a space in which we awesome. We are just, dealing with some emotional stuff, which the emotional intelligence of the Steins Gate game has been a little low. I'm kind of disappointed there, because for the most part it's a great game otherwise. Like, it's an awesome game, I love this. The emotional intelligence has been a little lacking. It's a little surface level, a little basic. So we're dealing with that. But it's not a problem. Things are fine. We're not, upset or anything. It's fine. So I'm just gonna play this game. If you didn't, then you wouldn't have confided in me, and you wouldn't be crying, would you? It's true. Just be straight with him. Say, why is that apostrophe there? Oh, okay, I know why it's there. It just looks backwards at me. Say, I love you, Dad. Let's make up. Okay. I think that's a little out of character for me. Your father stopped acting like a weak little girl. Oh boy, this is exactly what I was talking about. Oh, Okabe, you would get flambasted over here for something like that. Cursor jerks upright, her face bright red. That's not the thing that would... Well, I mean, that's not just the thing that would upset people over here. I'm not acting like a little girl. Yes, you are. You'll never reconcile with him like that. Why can't he reconcile with her, huh? He's the one who caused the problems. He caused problems, he should fix problems, not her. You need to speak from the heart. Give it to him straight. It's the only way to get your message across. You can't sugarcoat it. If that doesn't work, nothing will. Then you'll just have to hope that time heals the rift between you. Or he can do it. And how long will that take? How should I know? I'm only a year older than you, remember? At least a year older? At least a year longer than you think. How long has it been since you went to America? 7 years. If nothing has changed in 7 years, then maybe it will take twice that much time. Odd sentence structure. Twice that much time. I mean, I guess? I guess I would have said twice that amount of time. I guess you're right. Garrison sighs heavily and rests her chin in her hand. Did my advice backfire? Looks like she's even more depressed now. Yeah, you sort of put all the blame on her, bud. You can't do that. Depressed people don't want to hear that it's their fault. They want to... Well, I guess it depends on the type of situation. Hypothetically, if they don't want to just be listened to and hear no advice, so shut your stupid trap, they might be asking for advice on what to do, not what went wrong. So, keep that in mind. I fold my arms and rack my brain for a solution. I don't want to see Karasu like this. It's pathetic. Well, when are you going to see him? What? She opens her eyes wide in confusion. It's the same look she usually has, so I guess she's usually confused. Take out my phone and bring up the calendar. I assume it'll be during summer break. Make sure you let me know ahead of time. Why are you suddenly involved in this issue, good friend? You have literally no say in the matter. What are you talking about? I might have plans. I need to shift my schedule around. Dude's fucking forcing his way into her life. My god, man. Let her deal with her problem. Jesus Christ. Hold on a second. Don't tell me you plan on coming along. Of course I do. You're my assistant, and I will do whatever it takes to ensure that you are in peak mental condition for the experiment. The experiment that will happen before she goes, so there's nothing you can do on the matter. This whole conversation is stupid. Karasu looks dumbfounded. Yes, obviously. What? Did I say something wrong? Okay, you've had your fun. I'm in no mood for... I'm being completely serious. Oh, well then fuck off. I'll go anywhere you want. Anywhere in Japan. I'll go anywhere in the world. But I don't have a passport or money. Okabe? You're afraid you won't know what to say, right? Yeah. Then that settles it. I am a master of conversation? Yep, sure. You will have nothing to fear with Hououin Kyouma at your side. I know this moment is supposed to be touching and heartfelt, but... Oh! I can just... I study social politics. As a person with autism, I needed to actively seek study in socializing. And, ooh, a lot of these are just... Like, maybe it's a cultural thing, but man, over here in North America, it is not good at all. Don't act or say these or talk this way. Well, she's laughing at the very least, so hopefully she took him as joking, even though he clearly wasn't. Why are you laughing? You can hold a normal conversation if your life depended on it. Good, finally, jeez. I've been complaining this whole time, and suddenly she draws attention to it. By Jove, she's right. A mad scientist does not care about things like tact and decorum. He dominates the room with his sheer presence. Perhaps a softer touch is called for here. But thanks anyway. I definitely didn't expect you to offer to come. Not that I'm happy about it or anything. Aw, come on, don't do this. You were doing so well. I hate how you act like a nice guy sometimes. Just confusing. Oh no, people are dynamic and three-dimensional. Confusing how? Why is she yelling at me anyway? Shouldn't she be thanking me instead? Why is she yelling? I'm so confused. Okabe, that offer. I can take you up on it, right? What? Of course. Then, once we're done upgrading the phone wave, I want you to come with me. I mean, obviously it's because she has feelings for him, but why? No, it's cool. The heart is fleeting, and you have spent a lot of time with him. You make a lot of eye contact, and his eyes are intense. And those are two ways that you can fall for somebody. You know, close proximity, talking with them regularly, just having good chemistry. Which these two don't have good chemistry, but you know what? They're all right. They have good physics. This is a dumb joke, and I'm sorry. As you wish. Where's your father, anyway? Aomori. I should know where that is, should I not? That's where he lives now. It's way up at the north end of the island. Like 700 kilometers or something. I wasn't expecting to have gone that far. What? You're not going to back out, are you? You already promised. I'm taking you whether you like it or not, okay? Mori it is. Promising to go to Amori will let Karasu shut up and concentrate on the time leap machine. Small price to pay. And I could just be lying later. It's cool. Small price indeed. Though he doesn't want to lie because then he'll lose all trust. So, you know, he must stay a genuine guy in order to... Oh, dude, it was just a 10. The next day, Mayuri and I go shopping at Ready Camp. We have a list written by Karasu of parts for the time leap machine. Naturally, I'm paying for everything out of my own pocket. You know, because of that job I totally have. Where does he get his money? Karasu and Darrow have already started work on the upgrade. Apparently, the conversion of memories into digital data requires software developed at Karasu's lab in America. Requires it. So you can download... Hang on. Going to Tokyo, from Tokyo to Amori by bullet train is over 15,000 yen per person. 150 bucks. But the overnight bus is only 5,000 yen. Which do you prefer? I want to cover the traveling expenses, but I don't have that much on hand. I'm staying at a hotel, but I'm not a celeb. Mama's, interesting, pretty strict on money. Not to mention she'd kill me if she knew I was going to see my father. So maybe we should go over midnight bus. To fit our budget? I'm fine either way. Okay. That's a reasonable response. What is this nonsense? Don't forget your duty as a lab mem. I feel like he's kind of warming to her. Okay. She can download that software from the dedicated server. Well, that's not the only thing we need. There's also some kind of brain scanning headgear that we're going to have to make ourselves. Intake air so you don't pass out. Incidentally, I have to pay extra close attention to make sure Mayuri doesn't wander off while we're shopping. Because she's a silly little girl and I'm a big strong man. She sees some random store that interests her, she'll literally stop and stare at it for hours. I can't say one way or another if she'll do it, if the word literally is being misused here. I keep walking, of course, and only later realize that she's not behind me. Then I have to run from store to store looking for her. It's supposed to be how parents of small children feel. You know, usually parents of small children either, like, have a stroller, depending on how young they are, or, you know, hold their hand, or watch them. Anyway, there's nothing new. Mayuri has always been like this. I'm begging you, stick with me. If you get lost in this labyrinth of technology, you'll never escape. Not with your sense of direction. Because they'll give you a GPS, and you'll lose your natural sense of direction. Okie dokie. I'll be careful. By the way, how is time leaping different from time travel? Did you really hear what I just said about not wandering off? Besides, Karasu already explained the difference yesterday. Time travel means your whole body travels through time. The time leap only sends your memories of the past. It's obvious. Just memories, no personality or consciousness included. Although Karasu did mention that there was no way to be sure what might happen to your consciousness. Oh. Does that mean you can do things with time leaps that you can't do with D-mails? Yeah, like observe. D-mails can only send instructions to the past. Or just not instructions. But no, that's an instruction. Yellow is cool. The past may change, or it may not. The results are unpredictable and depend on the recipient. I'm glad I read that immediately as I saw it, because I almost read that as receipt. And when the past does change, the world line is reconfigured. Everyone loses their old memories. I'm the exception, thanks to reading Steiner. With the time leap, on the other hand, you can give your past self not just instructions, but all of the memories you have right now, or at least that's the idea. You won't know for sure if it works until the machine is built. Yeah, the theory stands, but you don't know practice. So I could send the costume I'm making back to last week. I would love to have another week to prepare for Kamima. Well, no. But to follow the same line of logic, you could send your memories back 2 weeks. That might be possible with time travel, but not with time leaping. So you had a test last week. Now that you know the answers, you can send and knowledge yourself and ace the test. But you couldn't go back and hand yourself a cheat sheet. So Miyushi's mind goes into Miyushi 1 week ago? Yes, exactly. Well, this conversation was going on, and oh, has been going on. I was supposed to be in, like, Okabe speak. Not the voice, but, like, the attitude. But then I yawned, so it sounded like my genuine opinion. That was a good conversation. I don't actually hate it. I've been steadily purchasing items from Karasu's shopping list. You can't bring stuff, but you can bring your memories. I get it. But then what about Miyushi 1 week ago? Where do her memories go? I assume they get overwritten. Which is an interesting thing because, you know, as you're overwritten, the memories you have of the past are still in your brain. You go back an hour and overwrite the last hour, you still remember the original hour. It's weird. You haven't tested it though, so there's no way to be sure. She disappears?
消えたとしても
Your memories right now include your memories from back then, so even if she does disappear, you don't really lose anything. She doesn't disappear because she's still in your heart. Like, sort of poke her in the nose, like, she's still in there. I guess you could say you're just adding your memories from 1 week in the future. Then if Miyushi's memories leap into Miyushi 1 week ago, what happens to Miyushi now? I explained that, but I could just be wrong. She's asking some pretty philosophical questions today. But I guess anyone would ask the same. I answered the same, so... Miyushi's memories jump to the past, but my body's still here, right? What happens to me when my memories go bye-bye? Become an empty shell. No, that can't be right. That wouldn't make sense. My assistance device merely records your memory data. In other words, it's just a backup. Your original memories are still inside you. Nothing inside the brain is lost. Ever, for any reason. You don't become an empty shell. Besides, neither personality nor consciousness is transferred to begin with. Your body shouldn't become an empty shell, and your consciousness shouldn't leap either. No, wait, that's another issue here. Actually, won't you become a new Mayuri, one who received memories from the future 1 week ago? Not that anybody, including me, would be able to tell the difference. Well, it depends. Then does the Miyushi who had the normal memories before the time leap get erased by the Miyushi who repeated the week with extra memories? I already answered this. This is getting complicated. Man, she's so smart all of a sudden. Quote unquote, all of a sudden, quote unquote. That's right. She's erased. In other words, you relive the same week. God, I'm so tired, yawning. I need to talk less and get more air in my brain. You can do things the same, or you can do something completely different. And you'll keep your old memories of the week that disappeared. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, jeez. Alright, suddenly silent. That's the thing, right? Like, the way I do things, like, as a person, because my memory is weird and not good, but also very good, and it's a weird mess of soup going up and on up in my brain. If I were to relive even the same day, I would not in my life be able to have the same conversations the same way. Never once could I ever do that. My God, I would fuck up everything. And like, if it happened 2 or 3 times, I'd have problems like remembering what I've done and what I haven't. Because the new memories of the repeated day will like blend into the old memories of the original day. So I'll be like, oh yeah, I already talked to my roommate, but I hadn't yet, and there wasn't even a plan to. And I'm just like, shit, what do I do? Ah. So if I were in a Groundhog Day, my God, everything would be terrible. Though I guess the consequences wouldn't matter, hypothetically speaking, if it were a true Groundhog Day situation and not like a Rick and Morty save button situation. So the consequences wouldn't matter, so I could screw up and be like, oh fuck, and then feel bad for the whole day, and then wake up and try again. And screw up again. This is how I work. And does that mean... The questions keep coming. She's trying hard to understand her own ditzy way. So I redo the week, okay, but what if I decide to go to Ikebukuro with my friends instead of coming to the lab today? What happens to the Miyushi talking with Ocarine now? The present would change to match the past, and this conversation would never happen. Oh, and you wouldn't notice the difference, Ocarine? Right, no one would notice, except for you. Maybe. Hypothetically, you wouldn't even notice. That would be kind of sad. Hang on. Thanks, that helps. I'll keep plugging away at this time leap machine. After all, I am a lab mem, lol. Yeah, that's another thing, right? Like, because you keep her in a good mental state, so she works better, which is Okabe's whole thing, so... It isn't just being a good dude, it's also about Okabe being like, my lab mems must be at peak physical mental condition or whatever. For who, me? No, for Miyushi. I don't get what she means. Hey, that's why Christian doesn't want to change the past. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, Mayushi and Okabe are like a pinky in the brain situation. One of them's a genius, the other's insane. Which one is which? Are you sure? But that'll have to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, am Keywii. I'm great too, and yourself a delightful day. Goodbye!